in control right from the start.
So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Longhorns come up 1st and 10. On the carry, this is Slay. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Texas here in the college football playoff looking for what would be their 5th national title. They were a powerhouse back in the 60s and 70s, winning it in 63, 69, and 70. But then they waited 35 years before winning it again in 2005 and haven't won it since. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity, nothing big happened, but then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Off play action. Nichols. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. A nice-looking play to start the drive. Down the middle and complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one goes for 30 yards. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. He's going to fire one deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And he is into the end zone for an LSU touchdown. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, Can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both fail.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you've got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Off the play fake, Nichols. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Here's a 1st and 10, Texas. Looking to throw Nichols. And Walker has it. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Here are the Longhorns now on 1st and goal. Operating from the gun. Nichols. Got an open man. It's Foster. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. From the gun, Nichols. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And his kick here is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say, if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
And some strong running. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll let it go deep for Streets. And that's caught inside the 35. Yeah, he is into the end zone for an LSU touchdown. Well, when we were setting up and going over our run-throughs early this afternoon, and I'm talking 6 hours before kickoff, we saw Isaiah Streets out there alone with just his young quarterback and center going through all sorts of different routes, making sure that they had everything ironed out, and it pays off there on the touchdown throw. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. After the touchdown, the LSU Tigers kick team out there to send this one away.
Free kick out of bounds, kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
On 1st and 10, Nichols got his man complete over the middle. That's Sparks. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Come on, let's go. Get the outlaws.
On 1st down, Nichols. Open man, here's Foster. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage. And before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
From the gun on 3rd down, Nichols, and that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. But, Charles, so much of this offense the last few years centering around the combination of Marcus Washington and Isaiah Streets. Streets saying Washington's like a second. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10, LSU. They'll drop the throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. This one complete to Streets. Again, the underlying story here, no snaps in 4 years. It seems kind of hard to believe. You almost wonder if there's some type of lingering animosity between quarterback and coach. Because there certainly have been a few of those 56-7 type games over the last few years, but much like the Patriots in the NFL, where you see Tom Brady take almost every snap, even at his age, that was the case with Marcus Washington. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he finds a man in the crossing route. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. It's an LSU touchdown. Isaiah Streets with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And LSU adds on to their advantage. LSU lining up here to go for 2. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now Nichols going to throw right side here, complete. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on first down. Nichols. Little underneath throw into the hands of Walker. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Nichols to throw. Going up top. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. First week of the preseason, probably not the pass, the impression that the rookie wants to leave right there.
Yeah, no probably about it, because that's not what you want to do to try and impress your new coaching staff, try to impress your locker room, and most importantly, yourself. Probably spent all night last night saying, don't throw an interception early. Make sure you take care of the football. Well, now he's got it out of the way. Hopefully he can just settle in and move on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen to fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end.
Let's go. Hey, kid. Just checking in with you. How do you feel about the first half?
That's how we're playing. Let's go. Honestly, I think after 4 years on the bench, some of these guys forgot that I know how to throw the ball. But taking this lead into halftime's done a lot for everyone's confidence, so...
Good. You keep throwing, keep surprising people, and let's put this thing away in the second half.
Hey. Coach? Really good job out there in the first half. I should have trusted you more. That's on me. That's right. You should have trusted me. That's why you recruited me.
Well, I can't change the past. So, let's go finish this thing off in the second half. As a team.
Thanks, Coach.
The winner goes on, the loser goes home as we start the second half in this semifinal matchup from Arlington.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The Longhorns come up 1st and 10.
50 seconds to Mike. You ain't supposed to go.
Going ground game with Slay. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They give to Slay here. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage. No yardage to be found.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And offensively here, you wouldn't know it by looking at it that Marcus Washington is not in the game.
That thought that maybe they would simplify the game plan?
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for an LSU touchdown. You got to think this coaching staff has to be absolutely elated with the performance they've gotten from their quarterback. Now 4 touchdown passes, and we still have a quarter plus to play. LSU lining up here to go for 2. They'll look to throw here, escaping the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Yeah, he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Nichols. He's going to float this one deep, and this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 25. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down.
Under pressure, and down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
They'll run here with Dacoud. And now running right through it. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And now running right through it. A gain there of 21 yards. So, Charles, let's look ahead. This is the first of 2 semifinals on this night, so we don't know the opponent yet, but you'd have to think that the road will get tougher from here.
I'd have to agree with that because now there's going to be film, and they'll game plan for him. But you look at our quarterback.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game.
He's got a man complete. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. And a huge play that time. 65 yards. Here's a 1st and goal LSU. And he showed some fancy footwork on the juke, but then quickly taken down. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Oh, refusing to go down. And he is into the end zone for an LSU touchdown. It's their quarterback scoring on the 2-yard keeper as his guys continue to pour it on. Offensively, pretty effective option play there for the score.
Certainly was, and it appeared to me that the defense overshifted and overplayed the trail back, the pinch man, and almost forgot about the quarterback. In fact, they did forget about the quarterback, and he turned it into a touchdown.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Here's a 1st and 10, Texas. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. Second down. And they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
56. Check 56. Hey, let's get in them holes.
On 1st and 10, Nichols. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The offense on third down tonight, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Nichols. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And Charles, look, I mean, coming into this one, you and I, we didn't know what to expect. This could have certainly been a disaster, nothing short of it. But this young man under center, he has certainly risen to the occasion.
He certainly has, and we certainly prepared in case it was the disaster that maybe it could have been. But there's no question, he's been the star of the show. But while we say that, let's make sure we remember the rest of the team, the supporting guys, because otherwise, we'll have a lot of mamas upset with us if we don't mention them, and they have played awfully well in addition.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll get this to Streets on the crossing route. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards there, first down. When prepping for this semifinal matchup, we went back and saw all the tape on Isaiah Streets throughout the year. And no matter who you talk with around the... Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that this...
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Being chased out left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back. And got his man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game. That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Rolling to his right. It's caught by Sanders. And they move this all the way down to the 9. There's so much made about the fact that we've got a quarterback who's never seen the field in a college football game. But you go back to his high school days, he's played in front of crowds. Maybe not quite this size, but it wasn't abnormal for them to have 15,000, 20,000 people in the stands at his high school games. And the numbers from his senior year as a prepster, impressive. Led his team to a 14-0 record, threw for close to 4,700 yards, 37 touchdowns, just 4 interceptions. And he also chipped in 11 rushing touchdowns to boot. So it's not as if this guy doesn't know what he's doing out there under center.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
2nd and 3. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. And the pressure gets to him again. So on the strength of 4 touchdown passes in the first college start for their senior quarterback, the LSU Tigers are moving on to play for a national championship on Monday, January 7th.